Ever feel like you're doing everything right in the morning, but still dragging by 10 a.m.? Or maybe your workouts don't hit like they used to. Maybe your energy's down, your recovery's slow, and let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Things in the bedroom just aren't the same anymore. The truth? For millions of men over 60, the problem isn't age, it's breakfast. According to Dr. Laura, a men's health specialist who's worked with thousands of patients, the first meal of the day is where it all begins, or breaks down. And for most men, it's setting them up for weakness, fatigue, and even poor blood flow, which can have some seriously frustrating downstream effects. But it doesn't have to be that way. Because with just a few intentional changes, you can transform your mornings and your manhood. Let's get into the science, the foods, and the real-life transformations that prove this actually works. Let's start with the typical breakfast plate. Toast with margarine, low-fat yogurt, maybe a banana, and if you're trying to be healthy, maybe some granola or bran flakes. Sounds harmless, right? Maybe even good? The problem is, most of these foods are loaded with either refined carbs, processed sugars, or lack the essential nutrients your body desperately needs, especially as it ages. These light breakfasts spike your blood sugar, which leads to a crash before lunch. You're left feeling tired, mentally foggy, and reaching for coffee you don't even want. But there's a deeper issue here: your blood vessels. Dr. Laura explains that refined carbs and processed fats reduce nitric oxide levels in the body, which restricts blood flow. And poor circulation doesn't just mean cold hands or feet. It means less oxygen to your muscles, slower recovery, and diminished performance, everywhere. So what should you be eating? When was the last time you cracked open an egg without feeling a twinge of guilt? For decades, eggs, especially the yolks, have been wrongly villainized. Blamed for cholesterol, shunned by heart-healthy diets, and replaced by dry egg whites or sugar-laden breakfast bars. But Dr. Laura says it's time to set the record straight. The whole egg is one of the most powerful foods a man over 60 can eat. Each yolk contains choline, a nutrient your body uses to produce acetylcholine, an essential neurotransmitter that supports memory, muscle coordination, and yes, even arousal. On top of that, the yolk houses B vitamins like B12 and folate, which play a key role in red blood cell production and energy metabolism. That means more oxygen to your muscles and brain, and less of that mid-morning crash. But perhaps the most overlooked benefit? Whole eggs help boost nitric oxide levels, key for circulation. That's critical for everything from heart health to erectile function. When blood can't flow freely, nothing else works right. Dr. Laura shares the story of Raymond, a 68-year-old retired engineer who came into his clinic feeling sluggish and frustrated. "I used to be a tank," Raymond told him. "Now I'm just tired." His typical breakfast? Low-fat yogurt, a banana, and black coffee. Dr. Laura suggested something radical. Replace it with 3 soft-boiled eggs, a sprinkle of sea salt, and a side of sautéed spinach. 3 weeks later, Raymond returned with a grin. His energy had doubled. His wife noticed the difference. He was lifting more at the gym and felt sharp, again, focused, strong, even flirtatious. Why? Because eggs don't just feed the body, they nourish the systems aging slowly shuts down. They're anabolic, they support testosterone production, and they're deeply satisfying, so you're not reaching for sugary snacks by 10 a.m. Forget the outdated fear of dietary cholesterol. Modern research has shown that for most people, dietary cholesterol doesn't translate to higher blood cholesterol. What does spike it? Sugary processed carbs. Ironically, it's the toast and jam, not the eggs, that pose the real problem. And unlike expensive supplements, whole eggs are affordable, accessible, and incredibly versatile. Scrambled, poached, boiled, sunny side up, pick your style. Just keep the yolk. That's where the magic is. And when you combine eggs with the next food on this list, oats and chia, you unlock a whole new level of support for heart health and hormones. Let's talk about that next. Let's zoom in on one of the most underestimated power breakfasts out there. Oats with chia seeds. Now, forget the instant packets with cartoon mascots and added sugar. We're talking about whole, slow-cooked oats, a complex carbohydrate that breaks down gradually, stabilizing blood sugar and delivering long-lasting energy. For men over 60, that's critical. Why? Because erratic blood sugar swings don't just leave you tired. They interfere with testosterone production and cause mid-morning crashes that drain your focus and mood. Oats also contain beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that's been shown to reduce LDL cholesterol, the so-called bad cholesterol. Lowering that means better arterial function, improved blood flow, and a healthier heart. Think of your arteries like plumbing. Less clogging, smoother flow. But here's where things get interesting. When you combine oats with chia seeds, you unlock a synergistic effect that goes far beyond nutrition facts. Chia seeds are one of the richest plant-based sources of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a type of omega-3 fatty acid that supports cardiovascular health and helps reduce inflammation, especially the kind that silently builds in aging arteries. They're also loaded with magnesium, a mineral many older men are deficient in. And that's a problem, because magnesium isn't just about muscle cramps. It's directly involved in testosterone synthesis, energy metabolism, and even quality sleep. Dr. Laura tells the story of Mark, a 64-year-old accountant who had been feeling increasingly sluggish, despite trying every supplement under the sun. The breakthrough came not from a pill but from his plate. By replacing his bagel and coffee routine with steel-cut oats soaked overnight and topped with chia, cinnamon, and a drizzle of honey, Mark noticed something in just 10 days. Steadier energy, fewer cravings, and, his words not ours, a spark that had been missing for years. This isn't just about keeping you full, it's about keeping your hormones in harmony, your heart supported, and your brain switched on. And the best part? It's incredibly easy to prepare. No fancy ingredients, no meal prep anxiety. Just a powerful combination of slow carbs, healthy fats, and essential micronutrients, all in one bowl. The name sounds like a headline from a health tabloid, but the science is shockingly solid. Watermelon isn't just a refreshing summer fruit, it's a vascular game changer, especially for men over 60. Here's why. Watermelon contains L-citrulline, an amino acid that the body converts into L-arginine, which then fuels the production of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the molecule responsible for dilating blood vessels. It improves circulation, reduces blood pressure, and plays a critical role in maintaining healthy blood flow throughout the body, including where it matters most. But there's more. Unlike synthetic solutions that flood the system and often come with side effects like headaches, dizziness, or dangerous interactions with heart medications, watermelon works with your body's natural pathways. It enhances function by supporting the endothelium, the lining of your blood vessels, to produce nitric oxide on demand, not just in short bursts. Dr. Laura often compares it to upgrading the plumbing in an old house. You're not forcing pressure through clogged pipes, you're restoring the natural flow, making everything run smoothly again. One patient, a 63-year-old retired firefighter, came to Dr. Laura feeling defeated. He'd lost confidence, not just in intimacy but in everyday life. "I just felt like something was off," he said. Dr. Laura added daily watermelon to his breakfast, advising him to keep the white rind in the mix where citrulline is most concentrated. Within a few weeks, the man reported that he was sleeping deeper, had more stamina throughout the day, and, perhaps most importantly, he felt like a man again. Watermelon also delivers a hydration boost that's often overlooked. As men age, their sense of thirst can diminish, leading to low-level dehydration that quietly sabotages energy, focus, and circulation. A hydrating fruit like watermelon, which is over 90% water, helps counter that, without added sugar, caffeine, or artificial ingredients. So yes, calling it nature's Viagra might raise eyebrows, but the nickname is rooted in fact. It's not just about intimacy, it's about improving circulation from head to toe, restoring stamina, and helping you show up for your life with more vitality. And the best part? There are no prescriptions, no side effects, and no awkward pharmacy runs. Just a slice of fruit and a little consistency. Now, sweet potatoes might not sound like a muscle food at first, but don't be fooled by their humble appearance. This orange powerhouse is one of the most overlooked tools for restoring physical performance, especially in aging men. You see, sweet potatoes are rich in complex carbohydrates that release energy gradually, fueling your body throughout the morning without causing those sharp insulin spikes that lead to crashes and cravings. But what really sets them apart is their potassium content. Just one medium sweet potato delivers more potassium than a banana. And why does that matter? Because potassium is essential for maintaining healthy muscle contractions, proper nerve signaling, and keeping blood pressure in check. As we age, our cells become more sensitive to fluctuations in electrolytes. Low potassium levels can trigger fatigue, irritability, and even contribute to heart irregularities. But adding steamed sweet potatoes to your morning meal can help restore that balance naturally, without the need for supplements or stimulants. And then there's Celtic salt. Now, not all salt is created equal. Most of the stuff we use, white, bleached table salt, is stripped of its natural minerals. Celtic salt, on the other hand, is harvested directly from coastal waters and dried in the sun. It retains over 80 essential trace minerals including magnesium, calcium, and iron, each playing a vital role in hydration, muscle strength, and energy metabolism. One of Dr. Laura's patients, a retired firefighter in his early 60s, had been dealing with chronic morning fatigue and joint stiffness for years. No medications helped. But after adding half a steamed sweet potato with a small pinch of Celtic salt to his breakfast each day, the turnaround was nothing short of remarkable. Within 2 weeks, his morning grogginess vanished, his knees felt stronger, and he started walking 2 miles a day again, something he hadn't done in over a decade. What makes this duo powerful isn't just the nutrient content, it's the synergy. The sweet potato provides sustained glucose to your muscles, while the Celtic salt ensures those nutrients actually reach the muscle cells where they're needed most. It's nature's pre-workout without the caffeine or chemicals. And you don't need to be a bodybuilder to benefit. Whether you're trying to walk more, lift safely, or simply get through your day with fewer aches and more strength, this one breakfast tweak can offer surprising results. Individually, these foods are impressive, but together, they're transformative. Dr. Laura calls it stacking your wins. By combining whole eggs for hormones, oats for heart health, chia for inflammation, watermelon for blood flow, and sweet potatoes for muscle strength, you're giving your body everything it needs to perform, recover, and function at a high level. One of his longtime patients, a 61-year-old former construction worker, made these changes over 2 months. He went from feeling washed up to lifting again, biking again, and even rebuilding his confidence in the bedroom. All without meds. Just food. This isn't magic. It's metabolism. It's mitochondria. It's how your body works when you fuel it correctly. So here's the big question. If small changes like these can make such a difference, why not start tomorrow morning? If you're a man over 60, or someone who loves one, don't ignore this. Swap out the sugar and starch for real nutrient-rich fuel. Support your blood flow. Boost your energy. Bring back the vitality you still have. It all starts with breakfast. If this video gave you something to think about, tap that like button, hit subscribe for more tips like this, and check out the links in the description for additional resources, including a sample breakfast plan based on Dr. Laura's recommendations. And remember, age is just a number. But energy? That's a choice.